What's up, guys? You know who it is, your boy JS7, and we're back for another episode on the Inside Line. I'm happy to be joined by my co-host, Mr. Clinton Fowler, this weekend. What's going on, Clinton?
Oh, looking forward to going through and seeing what these odds got. And we got a big race, Washougal, this weekend. See if Jack can make it 8 in a row.
Yeah, well, from history, it would say the dude's probably going to be pretty good here as well. But before we move on, let's go back and rewind and tell the people what they would have got last weekend on the money market and everything else.
Yep, week 7 payouts. Spring Creek. Jet Lawrence got his 7th win. Paid out $23.15, James. He was a minus 636 to start the weekend odds. I guess we just can't be surprised anymore. He's gonna win. That's what he does. He's now won 22 of 23 races. The podium, there's a little bit of interesting stuff there, but it was all the favorites that the odds makers had. Jet Lawrence was a minus 3,200 odds, paid out $20.62, James. I mean, massive profit of 62 cents for anybody that threw down. Hence why we call it money market, folks. Hunter Lawrence, a minus 163, paid out $32. Not bad there. Great day for Hunter. And Chase Sexton, the other favorite, minus 122 and paid out $36. So what the odds makers expect, maybe what we expected. But James, Hunter Lawrence was really the one that seemed to shine there in that first moto and gave us something to believe. Maybe Jet won't win, everyone.
Yeah, it looks like a Lawrence might win all the ones. It just might be an H or a J. But, when we talk about money market, just keep in mind, anytime you invest, you're winning, no matter what it is. 1 penny, 62, $12. So when you think about Jet Lawrence, you're still kind of winning on it. It just might not be that profits. But yeah, I'm 100% with you. We'll talk about Hunter Lawrence and even Chase Sexton in a second. But moving forward to Washougal, there's another challenging racetrack, and it's going to be a night and day difference from last weekend, which I believe that is going to help some of the other guys like Chase Sexton and bikes, because last weekend his bike, had the pace, everything was there. He was only 1/10 off of Jet Lawrence, so the fastest lap time, but he couldn't just sustain that. Well, here at Washougal, with the track being super slippery, those elevations is not those steep elevations and the bumps like how it was at Millville and even Redbud. So getting off the trailer, the KTM should be better. I spoke to Chase. He's feeling good. He knows what's going on. Good thing for him, he has the pace. Well, here at Washougal, the guy's always been pretty good. This guy's got to deal with in and out the shadows, but at this point, what you need to focus on and what they need to focus on is just getting in front of the 18, which has been a challenge, and they're going to have a shot this weekend before we go in that 2-week break. So I'm looking forward to it. I know you'll be there, Clinton. I'll be there, and I know that people will be paying attention online.
James, you had some success at this track. There was 2 overall wins, 4 moto wins. Unfortunately, 2007, not so good on the knee. Unfortunately, maybe a little blemish there. And you did finish your career here, and again, I think we won't talk about that day, but obviously an amazing career.
Sorry.
Bad. It was.
Yeah.
We're
Stop you on
the. So anyhow, you had some good results here. You had some wins. So let's talk about winners. Let's talk about the odds for potential winners this weekend. No surprise, Jet Lawrence is the favorite. They've gone even more aggressive for Jet Lawrence, which, James, I think might be a little bit surprising because, guys, this is Chase Sexton and Eli Tomac's best venue. So they've got Jet Lawrence as the strong favorite at a minus 824, paying out $22 at Chase Sexton and Eli Tomac's favorite race. They've then got Hunter Lawrence at a plus 432, paying out $106. Chase Sexton a 580, paying out $136. Tomac a 1700, paying out $361. Justin Cooper nearly a 4,000 plus 4,000, paying out $809 if he won. And Aaron Plessinger they've got in here, but guys, he's out, so stay away from Aaron Plessinger. He's gonna rest up and get better. But James, odds-on favorite Jet Lawrence, he's had success here, but man, Chase Sexton's best track. Chase has looked strong. You just noted it. Like, does Chase got it this weekend? Could he win?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Chase can win. We just saw Hunter Lawrence win last weekend. So Jet can be beat. Now, Can he be beat? Well, I don't know. Like, that's the other story. Like, he can be beat, but he ain't really getting beat. And I know you're talking about what does that make sense? It makes sense. And Hunter Lawrence was able to do it. When you look at Chase Sexton, as I mentioned, he has the pace. Like, the one thing as a rider that gives you confidence is to know that I'm fast enough. I need to get the other things, the other tools in my belt, which is the bike and the belt to replicate that. And because he hasn't been in a series, that part's not there yet. If you go back, Jet Lawrence, them on the Hondas, they've gotten better from Paula to where they are now. It takes time, laps, races, and races. Well, Chase hasn't had that. So for him to show up in the middle part, to have the speed, that's a huge win. So when you ask, can he win? Absolutely, because he has the speed. Now here at Washougal, as I mentioned, the bike will be better. It's a harder racetrack. We know how the KTM does on harder racetracks. So pulling that thing off the truck, he'll be better off in this scenario here at Washougal than he would have been in the last couple of races. I know Chase has the confidence. I've even talked to him, but to be able to do it more consistent, lap by lap, to stay there with those guys, it'd be a lot easier here at Washougal. So you go back a few years ago, he was able to run Jet Lawrence down as Jet Lawrence was a rookie. Jet still was obviously won the race, but Chase was able to run him down. He fell over at the end. So yes, can he win? Absolutely, he can. It's just whether he gets it done or not. But he has the speed, and we'll find out. So I love that Chase Sexton at plus 430 right there. That's a really good bet. And, if you're going outside the money market and Jet Lawrence to get something, that was pretty good. Eli Tomac, I think Eli's in a tough spot. We saw what happened last weekend. Eli's all about winning. He's all about winning. And when I look at now having Chase back and how good Hunter's riding, and it's going to be hard for Eli to beat all three of those guys compared to even beating just Jet Lawrence or even Chase Sexton. He's got to beat all three of those guys. And clearly, all three of those guys can win a race. Jet Lawrence, Chase Sexton, and Hunter Lawrence, they can win. So Eli battling for third place or whatnot, he's got to overcome the magic and beat all three of those guys to be able to win that. And now that he's not in the championship, it's a little bit different motivation. So I can see Eli Tomac winning a moto still, getting a good start, feeling Tomac-ish. We know this is one of his good racetracks. I mean, I believe hasn't even finished off the podium here or something. So he's really good at this racetrack, but man, he's got to overcome a lot. And the biggest part he's got to overcome is mentally getting back in this championship. And that's going to be hard to do right now.
Yeah, to your point, James, like Eli Tomac has never finished worse than second in a moto or an overall, which is, just incredible to consider. I mean, obviously, you have success, but that shows he really does like this track. Let's talk about event podium odds, James. And I think that's where maybe Eli's got a little bit of a better chance. The odds here, not surprising. And this is where the true money market bet of Jet Lawrence plays in. They've got him again at a minus 3,200, paying out yet again 62 cents, $20.62. Hunter Lawrence as another favorite, minus 285, paying out $34. The other podium favorite, Chase Sexton, minus 202, paying out $29. Eli Tomac, they've got it a plus 161, paying out $52. Justin Cooper, a plus 265, paying out $93, not bad. And RJ Hampshire, a plus 435, paying out $106. So to me, I call out Eli Tomac, James, because I feel like, man, he's never been worse than second in a moto. To your point, he's not in this championship hunt right now, so it's a little bit tougher maybe for the motivation versus, the Chase Sextons and the Hunter Lawrence that still have something really at stake, I guess. But, dude, the one that sticks out here, James, RJ Hampshire plus 435. He's been on it lately. He got a moto podium at Redbud. Like, could we see him maybe? This is his fourth best venue on the 250s. Like, maybe this is his weekend for a podium.
Yeah, I actually like RJ. That's where I was about to go. To Eli, for all the things that I mentioned, just the motivation and just like winning, I don't think Eli's about even to the pace that he has to run to get a podium. It's the same pace that he's going to have to run to win. So if Eli's there battling with those guys, he's a good bet for a win. And you can kind of watch practice and see how that goes. But we see how this has been going for Eli ever since he blew up the motorcycle at Red. But RJ's been strong. Now it was like, all right, he was top 10s, top 6. Now with Aaron Plessinger out, Justin Cooper being a little bit banged up, RJ's clearly, I would say, the fourth best guy, even right now just over Eli as far as not necessarily speed wise, but just consistency to be able to get on the podium, the top 5 overall. I like RJ, and he's already got a moto podium. And coming in this weekend, RJ's been building. The bike's going to work well, just like the KTM. He's on the same kind of setup, so he'll be better off. And with Eli, depending on what's going on with him, I could see RJ, one of the top 3, getting a bad start here at Washougal. Super hard to pass, so you got to put that in fact. So if Chase or Hunter Lawrence, I'm not even going to say him because those Hondas, man, that's all they do is get a good start. So you got to look at Chase or Eli getting a bad start. It's going to be hard for those guys to come up. I can see RJ sneaking in this thing, maybe getting a 4-3, and that's your podium. So for RJ, I'm looking at the podium lines. I love him at a 430 where he's at right now. That is a really good bet to me. Eli, again, it's Eli Tomac. It's hard to say RJ is a favorite for a podium, but literally he is. But it's still Eli Tomac for a win. But I'm going RJ. Justin Cooper is a little banged up. I feel that RJ, so good bet for him.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. The best part here, we're talking about Eli in some ways a little bit of a struggle, James, but the guy could come out and just go 1-1 and just kill it.
I know he can, and that's why I'm almost stuttering a little bit because I'm like, it's Eli Tomac. But at the same time, I emotionally, I don't think people understand the emotional side of things. And when you're a champion like Eli Tomac, and you've been here before, and you're all about winning championships, if you'd have told Eli, "Hey, look, you're going to be coming up, you want to race outdoors, and you want to get a top 5," you'd be like, "I'm out. Like, I don't want to do that," But he showed up thinking he was going to be in this championship, and for a bunch of rounds, he was. And then I think Southwick was the first blow, and then that bike blowing up at Redbud, and you can kind of see what's happening. Last weekend, first moto, Eli was running. He was coming up. He saw Jet go down. He's feeling beast mode. Jet came, and then next thing you know, Eli started going backwards. And that's the emotional side of things where I feel like, being a champion, is hard to go out there and ride for anything else other than race wins and championships. And he knows he's out of the championships. And it's hard with all 3 of these guys being so good. He knows the level. So that being said, to your point, it is Eli Tomac.
That's
He is
it.
really good here, so you can never go wrong with that pick. But I like RJ.
He could uncork. Hey, James, last one, and I don't even know that we need to talk at great length on this because the head-to-head odds this week, there's only a couple that seem like worthy, but head-to-head odds. Let's riff on them. We got Hunter Lawrence versus Jet Lawrence, brother on brother crime here. Jet Lawrence, the favorite, minus 670, paying out $23. Hunter, a plus 392, paying out $98. So obviously a lot to be made off of Hunter beating him, but hasn't done that yet. Eli Tomac versus Chase Sexton. Chase Sexton's the favorite here, minus 229, paying out $28. Tomac, a plus 167, paying out $53. Those are the 2 that I think are interesting. The other 3 ones they got here, Aaron Plessinger's now out, so don't that shouldn't be available as a bet. RJ Hampshire versus Tony Caroli. Caroli is no longer, he's out now. That was just a 2-race deal with Ducati for Redbud and Spring Creek. And then Jason Anderson, Jorge Prado. Anderson is likely not racing. I don't know that that's officially out there, but I think that's the case. I know he didn't last weekend in Spring Creek. So we got 2 head-to-heads here. And we've talked about these guys. Like, the interesting one to me, James, Chase Sexton, Eli Tomac, like both these guys' favorite venues. Is it just Chase is because emotional, because he's going to be mentally there and want to do it?
No, actually, when you're looking at Chase, just speaking on that one, brother on brother crime, you can figure that one out. It's a toss up. You know where you're going to lean. I don't really think this is much of a bet. And I guess when you talk about head to head, the only thing that could work towards Eli in this, I guess, moving forward outside the emotions, if Chase get a bad start. And like I said, it's a tough track to ride. But you look at Chase's, first moto since he's been back, they've been kind of lackluster. He takes a little bit of time getting going. So if Eli can get up there and get away from him, I can see him possibly beating him the first moto. And depending on where Chase starts, because he's a little, less aggressive early in those early first motos, Eli has a chance. But if you're looking just straight up, like you put him on the gate, I think Chase is riding better right now. He's definitely riding at a little bit more. It looks easier for him to do it. And again, going to Washougal, I think he'll be more set up, bike set up, so he'll be better off than he was the first couple of races. So those two, I'm definitely leaning towards Chase Sexton, but Eli has that asterisk. No matter what you say or what's going on, it's still Eli Tomac. But Chase Sexton's riding pretty good since he's been back, so I'm leaning towards him. And last weekend, I want to note this. Last weekend, you didn't even pick. You didn't even be able to pick your guy. I did, so I win. But just because you showed up the gate and follow spark plug, that ain't my fault. It ain't my fault. So you lose last weekend, and then this weekend there is no bet. So let's just choose one just for us. Who you got? Who you gonna pick?
I Larry Loop out last weekend. I just didn't pick. I don't know what to do. Hey, you're still 2-4. I'm 3-3. I still got you, but it's not. I'm not on a good trend here. I'm not on a good trend here, James. But I
don't
got
know what math you got, man. I don't know. I feel like I don't even know what kind of math. I thought it was
I got
like
favorable math.
3 weekends ago.
All righty, I'm gonna go. It's a little bit pushing it, but I'm gonna go Justin Cooper. I know he's banged up from the crash in Spring Creek, but I feel like he's been on, and he just took the points lead in the SMX stuff. Like he's got to back that up. He's got to show it. So I'm gonna go with Justin Cooper. Who you got?
Well, right now, speaking on Justin Cooper, he took the points lead. Cooper won't be there this weekend, so for him, anytime he's out there making points, he's stacking those chips. So I think he's fine. But I'm going RJ because I like RJ for that podium bet as well. So I'm leaning towards RJ. So you got Justin Cooper, I got RJ. And there it is, people. So, all right. Well, you got the lines. And as we always talk about, the lines will change. So make sure you keep up with that. And we won't be back next weekend because there is an off weekend, a couple weekends off. So, Clinton, I'll see you in a few days there. Make sure you guys tune in to us on the broadcast. Make sure you have some fun. So good luck, and we'll see you when we see you.